Okay, like day 843 of building this water station, as I keep calling it, or my sink. I chose a color. My confidence is 50%. What is this called? I don't remember, but it's an orange one, like we discussed. So that's the plan for today, is to hit the stuff that I've primed. So those pieces, and then this door with that paint, and then the latches and the vinyl top should be here soon as well. And hopefully we'll be able to finish this up. I don't have the faucet still. All good things come to those who wait. Let's paint. All right, moving along on this water station, water storage. I don't know, I guess it's water station because I'm not just storing water, but it's painted up. I'm pretty okay with that orange actually, and I think I can integrate it into other areas in the van, so we're not gonna worry about that too much. So now what I'm doing is attaching the door. So I got these little hinges. I only bought 2. On Mike's recommendation, I went back and bought 2 more. They're like $2 because it is quite a heavy piece of MDF from the IKEA cupboard that I'm using as the door. So what I'm gonna do is, it's probably gonna be hard to kind of understand what's going on right now, but it's going on here. This will be where it opens. It's on its side. And then at the back, I'm gonna have to put a little brace probably on here that will sit on this joint to help with the weight for when the van is in motion. And then we're mounting the fold-out part, the fold-out table part on it. Yes, but let's get these hinges installed first. Oh yeah, let's see if it actually closes. Haha, it's too high. I mounted it too high. Easiest solution there. Probably, I want to say the jigsaw. Now, do I put that magnet on here or not? So I got this little magnet latch guy. Let's see. And she's in. But that magnet, I installed it. It does nothing. If I tip this forward, it just opens. So I may end up having to get a little latch just to keep it shut. I'll just play that by ear and see what happens once it's actually installed in the van. But now, and I'm probably getting ahead of myself. I should probably be putting the other wrap on top of this first and doing it in order. But anyways, I already did this piece. This is that vinyl wrap I was talking about with the faux marble. That looks really pretty. I fucking love it. So this is gonna be the same stuff that's gonna go on the top of the counter as well, because the only really big downside with this entire water station being built out of MDF board is it swells like nobody's business if it gets wet, right? So the IKEA top does have a finish on it, but I didn't want to risk it. I've damaged it, I've taken it apart, I've drilled holes. So we're gonna wrap it in this vinyl wrap. Plus, it's nice and smooth, easy to wash, can put stuff on and prep on. But anyways, got these little, what do you want to call them? I don't know, latches of whatever. But anyways, they're to make the shelf foldable. Got this here, and it's gonna fold up like this. I think that's pretty cool. You know what? I do like the white against the orange, so I'm thinking white will be the other sort of trim color that I go with. This is what we're doing right now, is I'm gonna figure out how to get these on and all lined up and everything. So what I'm gonna be doing is it came with its own screws, and it's supposed to be like, ideally it gets mounted to a wall in a house, so it's got those plastic anchors. We were gonna forego those and hit this with construction adhesive on this side and this side, again, just to give us some added security. So let's get my first fold-out table installed. got everything I wanted to get done, I guess. Check this out. This is pretty cool. It's not permanently mounted yet, but I think it looks dope. Construction adhesive and some really rinky-dinky screws that came with that thing, with those brackets from Amazon, but whatever, it's really easy to drop, except you kind of need both hands. Let me see. Oh, maybe not. Oh! And the other thing I just have to be careful about is the position that I install this in terms of how close it is, so that there's enough room for the door to close every time and not actually make contact. I haven't put anything on this yet. It's also not anchored down, so it might not be the best idea to put something heavy on it. So now all that's left is to cut out the hole right there for the sink. There's a hole right there for the water pump, which, check this out. There it is. I was considering putting in a electric water pump, which it's funny to say that because this is an electric water pump, but one that would be like, you know, attached to my house battery or the like, right? So anyway, this guy, where's that? Oh, okay, so it's gonna sit right about there. And I did the measurement so that the tip of this is just over, yeah, the edge of the bowl, which is going to be here. And then it's not gonna work right now, but boom. And then it's just, you just charge it through USB. And I already tested it with a little of the leftover hose that I got for when I bled the brakes. Because the first hose I bought was actually too small. Chris and I had to go back and get a larger gauge hose to bleed the brakes with. So I still had this other hose. I was like, I'll keep it. You never know when it'll come in handy. Fits this perfectly because the hose that came with this isn't long enough for the setup that I want for the water bottles in here. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna power through today and get the sink on there, or if I'm just gonna save that for tomorrow. Let's find out in the next clip. Okay, it's the next day. I did do some stuff last night with it, with the water station, and I didn't film it. I cut the hole out for the sink to go in. This thing's still not mounted. We're out and about on the hunt today, trying to find the last few things to kind of complete that, right? To get it done. So I just got out of the Dollar Tree over there, and for $3, we got some Velcro that I'm hoping to use to hold the faucet onto the station because I need it to be removable so I can clean it from time to time. And then I also got 2 packs of L brackets to help mount. I'm working on that freaking big section that I couldn't figure out when I was doing the trim. It's still exposed. I've got some pieces of wood back at the garage that I spray painted with the gray. I think I'm just gonna do it. They're just gonna go on that wall later today once they're dry, and hopefully these L brackets will attach to the side of the water station and then to those what do you want to call them? I guess studs. And the other thing that I need to find is an actual drain for the sink, right? So we need to drill a hole in the bottom of the bowl, put the drain in, and then zip it all up and attach the bowl to the station. Sink drains can be freaking expensive. People are nuts, and you gotta be careful. They come in 2 variations, one with overflow, one without overflow. And I need one without overflow. Overflow means it's, you know, if you're in your sink, you've got that extra hole kind of at the front. So if the sink gets too full, it goes in there, that wraps around and goes into the drain. We don't want that because there's another hole in the drain. I just need a straight through pipe. I wonder if I could fashion something myself. Look at the state of my van. This is ridiculous. It's a disaster in here. There's so much going on at once. And I'm having my lunch, which is today pepperoni stick and cashews and a big bottle of water. There it is. Anyway, so spent a lot of the morning running around looking for a place for an affordable drain. That doesn't exist. So it's gonna have to be Amazon. I was able to find everything else that I needed on the cheap. Like I said, I got those, what do you call these? Corner bracers, sure, the tape. So, and the Velcro tape. So this is now holding this guy sort of on here. It's not perfect. I'm not super happy with the look, obviously, but it's super easy to remove, right? Super easy to remove, and it'll stay in place. And this is the hose. It's all connected underneath here. You can see there. That's gonna run into the water jugs. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's gonna be a few days, if not longer, till I can get the drain for the sink. But when I do, it'll just be a simple drill through there. Hey, there's water in there. And attach it to the gray water tank. But for now, you know what? I could make this work because with the sink not having a hole in it and still being removable, all you gotta do is use your water, toss this excess from the sink out, right? As long as you're using biodegradable soap and all that good stuff. So yeah, this is, I mean, obviously I would rather have this video ended with this completely together and mounted in, but there's still a few things here and there that need to be done to finish it up. So I'll update that maybe in a future entry in the vlog. This was really cool. I'm super proud of this. Just the fact that very little money was spent because it's just 2 IKEA cabinets, stuck them together, screwed them together, added a door. Oh, the back of this thing is really ugly, and it is just the skinny backings of the dressers that they came with from IKEA. And they don't open, they're nailed in, right? So that's fine right now. When I run out of water, I need to switch the tanks. I can just go outside, switch the tanks from the door I have on that side. I am absolutely going to want to install a door on this side to be able to get at them in the winter, because I'm not going to want to go outside every single time I got to change the water. I could also just not use that much water and not have to change them as much. Time will tell. So quick update on the water station. Took it for a rip last night. It was fine. Had a jug of water in there. You can see it's not in there right now. Had to take it out. Went out this morning for a really quick drive, just down to Lowe's, came back, and I could hear it happening while I was driving. Water everywhere. Because I had the water jugs, like the one that has the water, this one, was just like this, right? With the hose just in there. So I thought the water level was low enough, but I guess we were rocking and rolling enough. Water coming out, right? So everything's now drying. I've got the water station over here. I got my Mr. Buddy going to dry it out because I've been saying MDF board can't get wet or it swells. So this is gonna be super interesting. And the water was, of course, all over this area as well, which I've dried up, had the heater on for a while. So hopefully we're okay. So now my plan is, I was trying to think out, okay, what do I do? Do I just leave the lid on the water bottles every time I'm in transit? And then when I stop, take the lid off and put the hose in? Then I'll be dealing with a very wet hose all the time, and that just seems obnoxious. So my plan now is, I've got 2 bottles that are the same, right? So I'm going to drill a hole, probably the empty one, through the yellow stopper here, right? So it's just this part. Right? Drill a hole through here big enough for the hose to go through, and then hit it with silicone. And then this part will, every time when I need to switch bottles, this will come out with the entire hose and go in to the other bottle. Again, it's just a DIY thing. There might be a better solution, but this is what I'm gonna go with because that's the last time I'm gonna have spilled water all over the inside of the van, he said with such confidence. Haha, I think that'll work pretty good. It's already tight enough, but I'm not taking the risk. I'll still be hitting that with silicone. So I need to get a longer hose though. The hose that I have, I don't think it's long enough. I think what's happening is I cut a long hose and put it back in the tank, but I think it's now too light. I think the hose is actually floating in the bottle because I was having some issues with the pump last night. So I'm gonna get a longer piece of this and then we'll be making this little fixture permanent. Okay, I need a little bit of a better ending to the whole water station video because this is quite cool. This whole video has been a lot of fun to put together. I'm working on it. This is what's nice about all of this is I film a bunch, you know, like a week ago that I can edit it as I'm going along. And this with the guns is just so cool. This is probably my favorite thing yet. If I haven't mentioned that already, I probably have. But let's get the door open here. So just, right? Water station. Let's move the tripod. We don't need that. You go over here. And the screws can go away. So, water station, right? I fixed my problem. So now we're down under here. We've got 2. This one's empty right now. This one is full. Let me see if I can. So what I'm gonna do, so I drilled that hole in there. Hose is going in. I'm gonna hit this side with some sealant and the other side just to prevent any leaks from happening because no bueno on the water in here. I thought I'd have to go buy more hose because I hacked this, but it seems to be okay. So anyways, that's the setup down there. And then you just come up here, It's a little splashy right now because this, hang on. Okay, so, nah. Because there's still, again, I still don't have a hole or a drain in here. That's gonna be a ways off. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with this, right? And then just get rid of your water. Put it back in. Oh. It's still splashy, but I'll figure it out. I think it's all about this position. But I've got a van that has running water in it. That's really cool. Oh, I'm so happy with this. And the fact that it's working out. Now I just got to get this actually permanently mounted in here. And it'll be done. The only reason it's not permanently mounted is that I still haven't filmed my interior complete video, which is hopefully happening in the next day or two. I mean, you've already seen it probably like a month ago, if not longer, but that's just the way all this stuff is working. So yeah, water station in here, really cool. And this video is especially like just fun for me because I mean, I got to go to the shooting range with my dad. We've actually been once more since. I did film some stuff for that, but I don't know if I will put it in here or not. Maybe I will. It wasn't a lot, but we shot handguns, dirty hairy gun, ooh, buddy boy. But yeah, like that's really cool getting to spend time with my dad and bond like that and do something that we both enjoyed. It's super fun. Highly recommend it. And I'm glad it could have been, I'm glad it was part of this video because that was my first time going to the shooting range with my dad, which was really cool. So if you still have, if your dad's still around, you don't have to go to the shooting range. Just find something to do. You know, that doesn't mean I'm not poo-pooing my mom. Me and her will find something to do. But you know, appreciate your parents while they're here if you are still lucky enough or fortunate enough to have them in your lives, because life ain't gonna stop and things won't always be, you know, available. So that's really cool. I'm rambling. Until the next one, guys, just be happy, be creative, be yourselves, and most importantly, just be positive. I'll see you guys in the next one.